Chapter 7 Iceberg. With seconds to react, First Officer Murdoch ordered the engines to be stopped, then reversed. Then he ordered the ship to turn to avoid hitting the iceberg head on. But making a gigantic ocean liner turn is very hard. It can't swerve to avoid an accident like a car can. The officers held their breath as the ship turned. It was too late. The side of the boat hit the berg, and the rivets, which held the steel plates of the hull together, popped out. Now, it seemed there was a 300-foot long opening along the ship's starboard side. Immediately, Captain Smith left his cabin and rushed to his officers. He had felt the collision. "What did we strike?" he asked. "An iceberg," Murdoch replied. Captain Smith appeared calm. First, he asked if the watertight doors that sealed off the hull compartments from one another were closed. He ordered the engines stopped, hoping to slow down any water that might flow into the ship. Then he asked another officer to check the bottom of the boat for damage. The first report was good. The officer didn't see any damage, but he had not gone far enough down into the ship. Then came terrible news. The mail room was already flooding. 7 tons of water rushed in every second. Postal workers were scrambling to bring hundreds of mail bags to higher decks. Captain Smith met with Thomas Andrews, the ship's architect. Andrew had just inspected the lower decks himself. In only 10 minutes, the water in the bow had risen 14 feet above the keel. The water couldn't be contained to just 4 compartments, and 4 was the maximum number that could be flooded, with the Titanic still being able to stay afloat. Andrews gave the boat less than 2 hours before it sank. The Titanic was doomed. 5 minutes after midnight, Captain Smith ordered his officers to uncover the lifeboats. Titanic was equipped with 20 lifeboats, but they could only hold 1,178 people. That meant over 1,000 people would be left stranded aboard the Titanic. Although some passengers had heard a loud noise when the ship hit the iceberg, many had slept through the collision. In first class, the crew kept calm as they knocked on cabin doors, urging passengers to put on life jackets and go to the top deck. Nothing was seriously wrong, they said. The captain was just being cautious. In the lower decks of third class, the crew didn't bother being polite. They ran down the halls yelling at passengers to put on life jackets immediately. Many passengers, even those who couldn't understand English, didn't need to be told. They could already see water pouring into the ship.